Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a hot minute since I've done a wildfire update, and this is mostly in part due to Mother Nature being friendly and giving us some precipitation, making things damp, bringing the fire hazard down, and also too, well, the grass, the trees, everything's starting to green up nicely, which is further bringing that fire hazard down. However, there are still some things to talk about, so let's get into it. So we're going to move across Canada from west to east, starting in BC and ending in Ontario. So the biggest news of it all is Fort Nelson, BC residents were allowed to return home on yesterday, May 27th, 2024. Now, for the time being, these residents will remain on an evacuation alert in case conditions do change once again, but at least they're able to return home. They were forced to evacuate on May 10th, 2024, and this is due to the Parker Lake wildfire, which was started due to a tree hitting a power line, igniting a fire, and due to the extreme fire behavior conditions, caused the blaze to push towards town, forcing the residents to evacuate. Now, fire crews didn't only have their hands full with the Parker Lake wildfire, but they also had the Patry Creek wildfire as well. Now, this one was a new start as of 2024. The Patry Creek wildfire was a holdover fire from 2023 that, due to the extreme warm, windy conditions, brought that fire out of hibernation, essentially, and caused it to spark up and spread some more. Which has been one of the big issues that BC wildfire crews have had to contend with this wildfire season, especially in the northeast part of the province. As you can see, there's all these red borders here, and these are mostly burns from last year. They're holdover fires. Now, a lot of them had these green dots on them, which means that they were under control, which means they were fully contained, not threatening anything. But due to the extreme fire behavior, conditions, weather, that sort of thing, the wind picking up, a lot of them have turned red, causing these fires to spread and grow some more. Now, typically when a fire is downgraded to under control, it's usually not going to escalate back up to out of control unless there's extreme conditions. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind with these holdover fires is that resources are pulled off of these fires throughout the winter because they should self-extinguish given enough precipitation, which didn't happen this year. So essentially, you've got these fires that were expected to self-extinguish, and they're still smoldering, wind picks up, gets them going again, and then now we got to reallocate resources to get them back under control. Now, unfortunately, due to this wildfire, there was some damage and there was some loss. According to the municipality, 10 properties in Fort Nelson were damaged by the Parker Lake blaze, and 4 homes were unfortunately destroyed. At this time, our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers are with those that suffered loss. Now, staying on the theme of holdover fires picking back up, we have this fire right here, which is HTZ 001 2023, also known as the Cameron Hills wildfire. It's currently the only wildfire classified as out of control in the entire province of Alberta in the forest protection area, and technically it's not even our wildfire because we're providing mutual aid to the Northwest Territories. However, fire doesn't know borders, so it's actually moved across onto the Alberta side as well. The Cameron Hills wildfire is a mutual aid wildfire that originated in the border zone with the Northwest Territories in 2023. It is currently located near Indian cabins, just south of the NWT border. Crews worked on it into the fall and winter, and the fire carried over into 2024. On May 10th, the fire crossed Highway 35 near Indian Cabins and Hay River, and on May 23rd, it spread north, crossing the border back into the Northwest Territories. It is estimated that since May 10th, 24,000 hectares have burned, and the fire is now considered out of control. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind on this wildfire here is that it's burning mostly in the forest. Now, there are some structures, there are some properties around Indian Cabins, Steen River that may be affected, but the biggest thing we need to look at is Highway 35. So travel may be impacted for people leaving the Northwest Territories or returning to the Northwest Territories from Alberta. So just check 511 for current highway conditions and make sure that the highway's open and not impacted by the wildfire. Now, currently there's no out of control wildfires burning in the province of Saskatchewan. And as far as Manitoba goes, we had that large one that forced the evacuation of Cranberry Portage, which is located just outside of Flin Flon, Manitoba. That fire is now classified as under control, such as any of the other wildfires that are currently burning in Manitoba at this point in time are all classified as under control. Now, one area I haven't talked about, I had a few things pop up, but I just didn't have the time to really talk on it, was the province of Ontario, where there was a couple fires. Now, I did see a couple videos pop up on my feed outside of the town of Cobalt, which is in the North Bay area. Now, as of a few days ago, this one is still classified as out of control. It is now classified as under control, and it's contained at this size. And this Timmins fire is classified as under control as well. And according to the map here, most of the province of Ontario has a low fire hazard at this point in time. Okay, wow, a lot of information once again. Hopefully you watched the video all the way through, or at least got the information that you were looking for out of this video. If you did watch it all the way through, I am currently sitting in the Costco parking lot, so just put Costco in the comment section. In the meantime, if any other big wildfires of note come up, I will speak on it. Other than that, I'm just going to talk about more wildfire prevention, emergency preparedness, and just stuff to do with wildfire behavior. That'll be my content going forward unless something else happens. So hopefully this video was helpful, informative. If you liked it, give it a like. Share it out to some people you feel could benefit from this information. As always, follow along for more wildfire information and fire information in general. Have a great evening, everyone.